this is my attempt at live. I'm just gonna do it organically. If it works out well, we'll keep it up, but if not, then I'll delete it. So I'm gonna sit here and eat my noodles and see if anybody comes in. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, so we'll just see. I'm testing because I am going to figure out this live. That is my bottom line. I'm gonna figure out how to do this live. That's hot. Let me pull it up to make sure that it's not sideways. Because remember, it gets sideways. Hi, Fearful. How you doing? I told you I'm gonna figure out this live. So this morning is my attempt to figure it out and just to talk and see. I'm trying to pull it up on the computer to make sure it's not upside down. Yep, it's not upside down. I think we have done it. We have done it. I don't care about how many people come in or anything. I'm just trying to master the live because it's so much easier to do a live video. And so that's exactly what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to figure this out. But at the same time, I'm gonna eat these noodles because I just woke up and I'm a little hungry. So, how you doing, Fearful? How is everything going with you? I hope everything's good. It's a new year, and so we're gonna try to do as much as we can to be as positive as we can. Thanks just came to say hello. Thanks. Hello to you too. And thanks for stopping by. Even when you stop by, you're helping me out. I know, because it's everybody's doing live. Everybody's got videos, so it's hard to be everywhere. But I'm just going to keep trying until I figure this out. Sorry about that. Got a little cold. But thanks for stopping by. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you like the video, Fearful, okay? And thank you so much. Instead of Fearful, your name should be Faithful. All right, that's... Eating my noodles. And we're going to just talk about living in Jacksonville, Florida. That's what we're going to talk about today because that'll be something we could talk about. Oh, no, that's not the right button. Hey. How are you, my dukes? Glad you joined me. How is everything going with you, my dukes? I just splattered this on my head. How is everything going with you, my dukes? Hello, Ali. Hi, Ali. I would try to type. I'm just going to take my glasses off because it's hard to see close with the glasses on. You know, these are progressive, so. So how is everything going with you, Ali? Hi, hi, hi. Happy New Year to you, Ali. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. I know you're busy. I just want to say thank you to my dukes for showing up for my live. Thank you to Ali Plays for showing up for my live. And thank you for Fearful for showing up for my live. I appreciate you. And I think this is the first video that I've ever started where I haven't been upside down. So I'm grateful for not being upside down today. I'm grateful that the video is where I can see you and I can interact with you. Can't see the words when they pop up, but that's why I got the computer on right here. So I'm gonna eat these noodles and sit here, and if you have any questions for me, just ask. I'm really determined to get this YouTube off the ground and figuring it out. But a lot of people had questions, so I just figured I'd do this video. If people show up, that's fine, but if not, then I'll just be a up-to-date type of video where you can see how you're doing, you know. People can check and see how you're doing, you know. I just wanted to say Happy New Year to everybody. In case I haven't already, Happy New Year, and thank you for... Ali said, I'm eating noodles. You do what you gotta do. I'm hungry, Ali. I just woke up. I slept for like 3 hours. I'm just trying to... I got a cold. I'm just trying to make it. Happy New Year, my dukes. I'm just trying to make it. These prices in Florida are ridiculous. And today's topic is living in Jacksonville, Florida. Where's everybody from? Jacksonville, Florida is a wonderful place. It's got some really good bones, but they need to do a lot of stuff here in Jacksonville to get more people to want to come and live here. If you're not from Jacksonville, Florida, and you've never been there, you never heard of Jacksonville, Florida, we're one of the biggest cities in the state of Florida. But this city, Jacksonville, does not have a railway, do not have a subway. I know, you can't, it's hard to believe that. I know, right? It's hard to believe, Ali. But we don't have a rail system, a subway. Now, see, I grew up in Chicago, Illinois. And we had L's and trains and things like that and city buses, so we could get wherever we wanted to go. We could always get wherever we wanted to go. Our parents didn't like drop us on weekends and stuff like that. We would meet up and we would go places. If we wanted to go shopping, go to the game rooms. Hello, Life with the Glovers. How are you today? Thank you for stopping by. I'm just talking about life in Jacksonville, Florida. Just telling people, because a lot of people have never been here. Some people have. And I just want to tell you, we're the biggest city in Florida, but we have a lot of things that we need to do to get up to the bar. Now, I just recently went to Georgia, to Atlanta. I had never been in all my life. And it reminded me of growing up in Chicago. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate you stopping by. I grew up in Chicago, Illinois. We had L's and trains and city buses, and our parents weren't taking us where we wanted to go. We had to figure it out, get the bus route, and get where we need to go. But if you're living in Jacksonville, Florida, the buses are limited. They run, and you got to walk like a mile to get to the bus stop. And it's really hard on especially the young kids who are trying to, you know, get part-time jobs and try to make it. And that is the biggest problem in Jacksonville, Florida, is the transit. And so every chance I get, I say something about it. I've written letters to the mayor and everybody. Nobody cares about a 52-year-old lady who, you know what I'm saying? But it's real. I have to take what they call here in Jacksonville, the Jacksonville Transit Authority. I'm sorry, I forgot. Just in case, please like this video, everybody. So anyway, this is my 6th live video, and this is the first video where it's not upside down. It's not upside down. I did it. I told you I was going to figure this out. So now what I'm doing is, now that I figure out that I got to keep my phone turned this way and do the video, now all I need to figure out how to do is do the moderators in the room and that type of thing. But that'll come in time. At least the video is not upside down. So back to living in Jacksonville. So they don't have a transit authority here. So I take what they call the JTA paratransit. If you're disabled, got any type of limited mobility, there's a van that'll come to your house and pick you up, and it's wheelchair accessible, scooter accessible, walker, cane accessible, and it'll take you to your doctor's appointments, grocery shopping, laundry, whatever you got to do, and it'll do it for a very small fee. It's based on your income, and I live on a fixed income, so I pay a third of what I would pay for Uber or Lyft. The only problem is you have to schedule the pickup, you got to schedule the drop off, and if you're not, what's the word I'm looking for? If you're not ready when they get there, that's a problem. And also, sometimes they don't have a van available to pick you up, and you're stuck for quite a while. One time I was at the VA, and they were supposed to pick me up about 2:15, but they didn't pick me up till like 5 minutes to 4. And that particular VA closes early. I just was like, I can't keep this up. But if you follow my channel, if you know anything about me, I have a really bad vision. I can no longer legally drive. So within the last 6 months, my whole world has changed around. I've had to reevaluate. I actually had a car. I had to try to sell it for whatever I could because I was, I was paying, the insurance on a car that just sat. It just sat there, and I'm on a fixed income, and every bit counts. So, and I was paying Ubers and still trying to pay the insurance on the car because I didn't want to let it go. It's hard. I actually did a video about it. It was a hard thing for me, especially if you got any type of mobility problems or disabilities or whatever. It's really hard to come to the realization that, okay, I can't drive anymore. So that means now I have to rely on other people. That, my friend, has been the hardest part of me and my illness. Is one, asking for help, which I'm learning. One is asking for help, and two is having the ability to receive what is around me to help me be self-sufficient. My goal is to be self-sufficient. Good morning, dear. Blessed to be a blessing. I'm just talking about living in Jacksonville, Florida with limited mobility. I did this. This is my 6th live, and this is the first one that's not upside down. Blessed to be blessed. It's the first one, so I am grateful for that. And I'm just telling about how I get around because now I'm not able to drive because of my vision. So I have to rely on a transit authority to pick me up and drop me off. So what I'm learning in 2022 is how to be self-sufficient as much as possible. That's what I want to do my videos on. I want to talk about the joy of the Lord. That's first, the joy of the Lord. My children and my path to become self-sufficient. Because after I got sick, yeah, it's hard, blessed. It's hard, but I'm doing it every single day because I have 3 children, 30, 24, and 22. I have no grandchildren. I have the baby is in his 3rd year of college. My daughter is working on her master's degree, and my oldest, that's 30, is living in Atlanta, having fun, going to strip clubs. Okay, that's my wild child, but that's a whole nother video. But anyway, seriously, but I don't want to be a burden to my children. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't want to be a burden to them. So I am trying really hard to be, you know what? It's joy in any job you do, from garbage man to maid to a doctor. I've always taught them there. My oldest son, Elijah, never went to school. He didn't particularly like school. He liked to be wild. He liked to party. He's always been like that. And to me, he's successful because he is doing the best he can in whatever he do. My daughter is I don't know, she's an overachiever just like my mother. She works very hard. She's a teacher in Tallahassee. and she's working on her master's degree. And then my youngest is Patrick, and he is 22. He just turned 22 in November, so he is the baby of them all, and he plays the trumpet. So to me, they're all successful. They're all living out their dreams, and it is not in my best interest to stop them on their path to their destiny, to have them taking care of mama. Okay, so I'm doing videos now on how I'm empowering myself, how I am making my health, my well-being, and my appointments with my doctor my priority, and taking my own health into my own hands so that my children can live the life that they have to live right now, that God has destined for them, and not trying to take care of me. I mean, I know it's a touchy subject. People have different views on it, but my daughter actually moved in 6 months ago. And when she was looking for places, she was looking for 2 bedrooms. And I was like, why you need 2 bedrooms? You know, that. And she just finally said, because I figured you could come stay with me. Oh, no. That's not going to happen, player. I am not going to move with my how old is Larry? I am not going to move with my 24-year-old daughter, who's a full-time teacher, a mentor, working on her master's degree, and her boyfriend, who've been together for years, they just get up and travel and go drop the dog off at the doggy daycare, and they roll. They go to different places. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I love her. She is a beautiful child. She is beautiful in and outside. She's beautiful like my mother on the outside. But on the inside, she is just, everything she exudes that comes out is from her heart. She listens to what you have to say. And I always tell people this example of my daughter. Her name is Lyric. I always say, hi, Angie, thank you for coming. I always say this about my daughter, Lyric. She's a listener. And part of loving somebody is listening to them. I said to her, oh, I really love these shoes. I'm not going to do, everybody know I don't have any shoes. I am much too frugal for that. But I just got 2 pair of shoes, diabetic shoes, but that's another story. But my Crocs, my blue Crocs, if they weren't so far around the room, I get them. I run over. I've put them by the trash several occasions. I just can't throw them away. I love them. My daughter, she saw all these things, and she bought me a pair of black Crocs. And I still ain't threw the blue ones away, but don't tell her though. But she listens. I wear a 9 Crocs, but my shoes that I just got from the diabetic has an insert in it, so it's a size 10 women's to fit the insert in there for the arch of my feet. But it's a blessing. I'm telling you, if you are whatever type of insurance you got, you have to work with it, because they're not going to offer you anything. I found out I'm with the VA and I have enough insurance that covers most of my stuff. I still have to pay. But I realized, because of the problems I have with my legs and my feet, that I qualify for a special gel insert shoes, orthopedic, they call it orthopedic shoes. And you could go like once every 18 months. I don't want to give you any wrong information. So once I found that out, my nurse wrote up the request. I went and my podiatrist approved it. I was so excited because I own 2 pair of shoes, 2 pair of Crocs. That's it. That's all I own. And I am happy. I'm content. I'm not a complainer. But my feet I've been having some major problems with my feet. And so I had to come to realization that I needed a pair of shoes. But when I looked at the price of the shoes, okay, I was like, ooh, maybe I don't need no shoes. But I'm telling you, it's a blessing from God. I got my shoes. I got 2 pair of orthopedic shoes. They are New Balance with inserts. And if you haven't watched that video, please watch it, because I broke down crying. I was so happy. I'm happy because anything that I get or receive, I'm happy for, because I am what you call frugal. I don't know what word you want to use. Cheap, a minimalist. I am very frugal. You can use any of those words. But what I am is a person who only uses what they need. I never get extra. I never do, because it's wasteful. I feel like it's wasteful. That's my personal opinion, because you ain't got to send me no letters, okay? You ain't got to send me no letters. You don't have to do that. This is my choice. I choose to be a minimalist. I used to be married with a big old house and cars on the drive, lots of space, lots of things. But I tell in every video, I always say I was not happy. I did not have the peace that I have right now. I live in an apartment that's 630 square feet. And I say that every time I go live, I tell people so they understand. Because sometimes you don't quite get it when you have a video and you put it up. But I want to do as many lives as I can, because I want people to ask me questions if they have any questions. Because my goal on this channel is for me to get better, I have gotten better. Anxiety, depression, all those things that used to plague me and bring me to the pit, I am up, I'm elevated, and I'm talking about the Lord. So that's right, material. That is so right, blessed. I'm telling you, those that I've had things. I have, and I've never been ungrateful. Oh, that is really sweet. That's very sweet. I'm telling you, food. You want to help? Food. It's really that serious. My biggest expense is my rent. And I live on a fixed income. My rent is paid. My electricity I can keep down because I'm very frugal and it's only me. I live alone. So all those bills are not expensive. Do you know that my bill to eat food is halfway, almost as much as I spend on food? I'm not kidding. Thank you, dear. Thank you, bless. I'm serious. My food bill every month is almost as much as my rent. It's no joke. It's because I I have to eat every day, okay? So does you, so does everybody, the whole world. The prices of food has elevated to a point. That's why I do these videos, because I know that I get mail, I get comments from people who live on a fixed income. The blessing is that you can work and you continuously work and you have an income to take care of you, yourself, your family, and some type of retirement plan. But what happened was, when I got sick, my husband of over 20 years decided he didn't want to be with me no more. Now, I'm not going to get into that because we have children that we share together. And if I don't have anything positive to say, I don't say nothing. So I ain't got nothing positive to say, okay? But anyway, so I didn't have a plan. I was living my life the way I thought I was supposed to live it. I was living my life as a Proverbs wife, loving my husband, taking care of my family, and didn't worry about the day-to-day things. And people may call me stupid or whatever. That's fine. I'm good. I've been called worse because I didn't know about my financial everything, my situation. And so when I left that marriage, I left with nothing, because I was not finna go back to court with him and fight over things. And that's what was happening. We were fighting with lawyers over the house, the cars, and all that. And my lawyer, I'm telling you, yeah, hi, Angie. And I'm telling you, my lawyer looked at me and she shook her head, don't do it. And I did it. I stood up and I told the lawyer, I told the judge that he can have everything. All I want him to do is to help me with my kids in school. Because I had one that was in college. My daughter, when we got divorced in 2015, my daughter just started her college at FAMU. She was going to FAMU in Tallahassee. And my son, my youngest son, was still home with me in high school. So I'm like, just pay the mortgage until my son graduate. Bye-bye. And that is what I did. I walked away from the, it was, I wasn't sleeping. I was sick. I had 2 bleeding ulcers, and I just didn't even want to get off the couch. Okay? I didn't even want to get off the couch because my life, as I thought it was over. So I do these videos to help that person that's depressed, that person that's got anxiety, that person who don't want to get off the couch. That used to be me. And now I'm at a point where look, I come on here just about every day and I try to talk about the Lord because he saved me. He saved me, and I'm proud. He saved me. He got me out of that pit, and I'm up now, and I use YouTube as a form of therapy because I talk about what's going on in my life, and it's better than keeping it balled up, okay? So I'm not going to preach to you. I just want you to know that today is a new day. Today is a new chapter, okay? And it's a new year, 2022. We don't have to bring any of that old negativity from the previous year into this one. I have a vision. My vision for 2022 is to get up every morning, do my prayers every single morning. I pray. I do my morning affirmations. I look in that mirror and I say my morning affirmations, and I get up and I get moving. Now, if I don't have an appointment for the day, like today is Sunday, and I'm going to turn on my TV and look at Bishop on the TV, he know I ain't coming to church. Okay, my immune system, oh no. Oh no, I love the Lord, and I'm going to love the Lord from this apartment, and I'm going to put Bishop on the TV, and like I've been doing every Sunday. But Bishop check on me. He calls, he checks on me, him and his wife. So I am blessed. I'm blessed that I have peace in this little bitty apartment, that I can get up every day feeling motivated, feeling loved. But most of all, that peace that I talk about in my heart, it comes from the Lord. So that's it. I don't figured out this live. I'm telling you, I told you. When I did that last video, I think it was sideways, and somebody actually came in the room and said, I'm getting a crook in my neck. It's so funny because I really am trying. I have never been computer savvy, but I am not a complainer. I try to figure it out the best way I can. So I'm going to wrap this video up because I don't want to keep you guys too long. But I want to tell you this. Nope, I'm not going to preach to you, but I just want to tell you this. It's always somebody worse off than you. Always. Always. So instead of complaining, think of all the things that you can do to help somebody else. That's what I do. That's what I do every single day. I went to my neighbor's house with my walker yesterday. Do you hear me? I went to my neighbor's house with my walker. We cut up fruit. I cut up some fruit and everything. I put my mask on, and I gave, because she just had surgery on her foot. And I brought her some fresh. She loves fresh fruit like I do. But you know, with the prices, you know, I just had to go over there and check on her. I had to physically make sure she was okay. And that is very important. If you got people, maybe you go to church with somebody, you ain't seen them at church in a couple of weeks, or you got a neighbor whose car ain't moved in a week. Sometimes you just need to check on people. I like my privacy. I like my space. So I'm not saying infringe on people's right of privacy or their space. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying sometimes you have to check on people to make sure they're okay. Okay? So that's it. That's all I got for you. Let me see. Angie came today. Thank you, Angie. Let me see. Blessed to be a blessing came. So thank you. Blessed to be a blessing for coming. Let me see. My Dukes, thanks for coming. I'm not sure if everybody is still here, but I just wanted to say thank you. And let me see. Ali Plays, thank you for coming by. Life with the Glovers, thank you for stopping by. Fearful, thank you for stopping by. Fearful has actually been to every live I've ever done. Sideways, upside down. Thank you so much for coming. And I'm going to try to do more of these lives. Now, I know this is the middle of the night, but I just woke up. I got a plan of things that I need to do today. And I slept for like 3.5 hours. That was good enough because I had slept most of the day. I wasn't really on YouTube. So I figured I'd get up, try this. I watched 2 videos on how to invert a video. Like if you got a video that's upside down, but that's not exactly what I was looking for. I was looking on how to do this live thing, and it looked like people got it. I'm just in the back. I'm just figuring it out. But better late than never. So thanks again for stopping by. Thanks for joining me on my live. And I'm going to do better each day. Okay? So that's all we can do. Hello, who is that? Hi, Super Rainbow Queen. We was just wrapping it up. You just getting here? Go ahead and like the video, Super Rainbow Queen. How you doing today? Now, Super Rainbow Queen, I absolutely, positively love her. First of all, she do grocery hauls, and my mouth be like this. All the good stuff she got in her basket, okay? But not only that, but a positive attitude. I try to surround myself with positive people. And blessed to be a blessing is very positive. And I absolutely love you and appreciate you. And I thank God for you. And for everybody that came in today to just listen to me talk about my life in Jacksonville, Florida. So if you ain't living in Florida, maybe you should, because we ain't got no snow or nothing, okay? It's not, let me see, what's the degrees right now? Okay, so it's early. It's 57 degrees right now. It says mostly clear, but it's gonna warm up today. It's never 50 something in the middle of the day. It always peaks up and it's always nice and warm. I grew up in Chicago, so yes, I miss the snow. I miss it for, this time of the year, but only in passing, okay? I've been there through thunderstorms, everything. So I grew up as a teenager in Chicago, standing at bus stops. We didn't have these city buses, these the yellow buses that come and that type of thing. So anyway, thank you all for coming by. Thank you for joining me here. What'd that say? You grew up in Milwaukee. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm telling you. What did you say? -1 here? But yeah, Milwaukee is cold too. So I know what the cold is. You grew up in Chicago. That's what I'm saying. I grew up in Chicago, Super Rainbow. I grew up, yeah, blizzards and below zero. I know. People don't understand that. I don't want to, you know what? Let me tell you. It's beautiful. The snow is beautiful that time of the year and that type of thing. But my sister lived in Chicago, and she had so much snow that it came through her roof, and she had to get her roof replaced in the wintertime. So it's either hurricanes in Florida or snowstorms in Chicago. It don't matter where you live, it's gonna be something. Blizzards, tornadoes, the people in Arizona, the heat wave, California, what they got in California, those things, the earthquakes, I'm telling you, tornado, Kansas and all that. It doesn't matter where you are. It's always going to be something. I knew that I was going to live in Florida for whatever time I got on this planet. I'm going to be in Florida, okay? Because it's warm enough where I can put on a sweater if I have to. I'm always cold, by the way. But Florida is a wonderful place. I just didn't know I was going to be in Jacksonville, Florida. What grocery store do you saw at in Florida? Okay, now, Florida has Kroger now, but it's not, they only got one that's here, and it's not near me. So soon as I figure out how I can get to Kroger, that's what I'm gonna do, because Kroger got double coupons and everything. But here in Florida, they have a store called Publix, Publix. What grocery store do you shop at? Publix. Publix is #1. It's a little more expensive, but the food is always fresh. You ain't never got to stand in line forever. The manager will come and open up another line. It's like Publix is the grocery store of Chick-fil-A. I don't know. I don't know how to. I love Publix. Absolutely. They do Instacart. I love everything about Publix. So I need to do a review because I love Publix. They also have Winn-Dixie here. And when I lived in North Carolina, that's when I found out about Piggly Wiggly and Winn-Dixie. Absolutely love both of them. But they don't have that here in Jacksonville. They only got Winn-Dixie. But a new owner or whatever is trying to take over Winn-Dixie, and they're switching it from Winn-Dixie to Harvey's. So if you're in the Florida area, I think they're finna incorporate it where it's gonna be Harvey's and not Winn-Dixie anymore. I don't know. But Publix is the best grocery store that they have here. And none of them have double coupons or anything like that. So they're not saving me any major money. And especially in North Carolina now. I'm in North Carolina. What part of North Carolina are you in? Oh my goodness. North Carolina? Oh my goodness. I actually lived in North Carolina. So I'm curious to see what part, what part of North Carolina. I got 2 shirts on. I be cold. Y'all don't get it. Y'all in them cold places. What part of North Carolina? But let me tell you this while you, Charlotte, really? Okay, have you heard of Durham? That's where my husband and all of his family is from Durham. And so all of my children's aunts and cousins are in the Durham, Raleigh-Durham area. But I lived in Jacksonville, North Carolina, where Camp Lejeune is, because I don't know if you know, I was in the Navy. I was in the Navy, and my husband was also in the Navy. So he was stationed. Yeah, Durham is beautiful. I haven't been in many, many years, though. I haven't been. But I used to live in Jacksonville, North Carolina, which is Camp Lejeune. And then I did my reserve time in Camp Lejeune. And actually that's where I met my husband. And I'm sorry, I'm speaking in present tense. We were together for many years, but in Camp Lejeune, it was a big, big Marine base that was there. I have family in Jacksonville. My cousin was in the Marine. Yeah, My uncle was in the Marine Corps, made my grandmother his dependent, and then moved her to Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. And so when I went there, oh, hello, Godly Princess. Hello, and thank you for coming by. I figured out this live thing. I told you I would. I told you, and it's not even upside down, and it ain't even sideways. But I lived in Camp Lejeune. It was a wonderful, wonderful place. You needed a car, though. You to get around, you needed a car in Camp Lejeune, Jacksonville, North Carolina. But I have loved every place I ever lived at. I even lived in a little city in North Carolina called Hubert, 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 North Carolina. My granny had a double wide trailer. She went to a church there. I'm telling you, this little back road that it was no way to get out. It was a dead end. It had a little church and everybody was related. And we all used to have our tambourines in there. You know, what you gonna do when the world's on fire? Where you gonna run to? Dun, dun. Where you gonna run to? Dun, dun, dun. I'm not gonna run. Dun, dun, dun. Gonna stand right here. Dun, dun, dun. Gonna stand right here and do my master's will, because I love that song. Been dipped in the water. My grandma loved that song. I loved everything about my grandmother. And when she got her double wide trailer, because she was my uncle's dependent in the Marine Corps, she just made her own roots and started over in Hubert, North Carolina. So I knew Hubert wasn't far from where I was going to be doing my reserve time. So I did my reserve time in North Carolina so I could be with my grandmother. And through the grace of God, I was there and I was able to spend the last years of my grandmother's life with her. I'm telling you, it was a blessing. This is the woman that made the homemade biscuits. Okay, everything was from scratch. She had it all in here. She never wrote nothing down. And I was so proud and so grateful that I had one son at the time. By then I had my son Elijah. And my grandmother used to say, "Oh, give me Nana Boo Boo. Bring my baby." She wouldn't. I had my own place and everything. And half the time my son was there. She'd be like, "Oh, no, no, don't take him. I got him. Because I'm going to make him some biscuits in the morning, salt pork." She'll make salt pork or bacon or sausage, whatever she got, ham, country ham, whatever she had, that's what she cooked. But my absolute favorite was when she would make the mackerels and the rice, oh my goodness, or the grits. And it was every day, every morning. So those are my memories of Jacksonville, North Carolina. And I'm glad that you asked me about North Carolina. I'm glad that you told me you was from North Carolina, because memories like that is what makes me smile. All my memories of my grandmother, all of my memories of growing up with such a positive woman who loved God. And I am grateful to her because she taught me how to love the Lord. She taught me. My mother was a good mother. She did the very best she could. But she had a lot of issues that she had to get through. But before my mother, my own mother, died, and she was dying, she said to me, I did the very best I could. So I use that now. When I'm on here on YouTube, I tell people I'm doing the best I can, because I'm glad that she was able to tell me that. Because what we do as children is we forget that our parents, they didn't have no booklet to teach them how to do stuff. They did the very best they could with all their flaws. They did the very best that they could. So I don't want to get too preachy, but I love my mother and I love my grandmother. Both of them gone. So if your mother, your granny, your great granny still here, oh, Father God, I'm telling you, those were the best years of my life. And I try to recreate that with my own children. I'm a storyteller. Yeah, I like to talk. So YouTube is fine for me. Okay. But I don't want to, I just try not to be preachy. You know what I'm saying? Because you can believe whatever you want to. I just got so much joy in my heart. And I'm just so glad that my mother gave me the opportunity to hear her say that. And I can see in her eyes what she meant and how she felt. She did do the best she could. That's all she knew how to do. So I never hated her. I never judged her when she was drinking and doing her drugs and all of that. But when she came out and when she emerged from all of that darkness, and I didn't judge her or anything. I just wanted to make sure she was okay, make sure she was comfortable, and see what I could do to make her life better for the rest of the time she had left on this planet. And so when she looked at me and said, I did the best I could, I felt that in my soul. So now that's my motto. I'm doing the best I can every single day with me, my children, this YouTube channel. Oh, thank you so much, dear. Thank you so much, dear. I'm finna get this live thing, and I'm gonna do it every week because somebody needs to hear something. Just like I needed to hear that about North Carolina today. Go run and try to hide, because if people hide, when a hurricane and the madness coming, but where you gonna hide it? Under a rock? Okay. Anyway, I don't want to get in that. Okay, so I really appreciate each and every one of you stopping by today, see how I'm doing, checking out my live. I'm finna figure this out. But I appreciate you all. And what I do at the end of every one of my videos is I meditate and I do whatever I gotta do to get my mind straight. But what I do is I take a deep breath in and then I let it out. I feel like you taking in new energy and new air, and especially if you got any type of asthma. I got asthma, okay? And that, it really helps me. So you breathe in and then you breathe out. So here we go. We're going to breathe in and breathe out. You don't have to do this. I just choose to do it. Breathe in, breathe out. We thank you, Father. We thank you for another day. We thank you for all the people that came into this live chat this morning. And I thank you, Father God, for each and every one of my subscribers who come here, who looking for how to be better, do better, and be better than we were on the day before. I am thankful to God for everything and every one of you. And thank you for coming. Have a blessed day. Remember to treat people with kindness and with respect. It's the only way to live. And remember, God loves you, and so do I. Goodbye, everybody. And thanks again for stopping by. I appreciate you. God bless.